Hi, I'm Pip from queenpipcards.com. Welcome. I also run the Card Making Know-How Academy. And today I'm talking about clean cuts and crisp folds. But why? Because they can make your cards look polished and professional. So in this episode of Crafty Corner, I'm sharing my top tips for cutting and scoring cardstock like a pro. So here's how to master cutting and scoring. First of all, you need to use a quality paper trimmer or cutter. A trimmer with clear measurements and guides along the side of it will ensure precise cuts every time. I like to make sure that my trimmer has a top stopper, which enables the cardstock to be pushed up against a flat surface and then you trim or cut with it. I prefer personally a straight blade or a rotary trimmer. Those are my two preferred methods. Lots of people use guillotines. Personally, I find that they can skew the card and that sometimes when you're trying to cut through, it'll skew off and you'll get a very uneven cut. So, secondly, you need to invest in a scoring tool. This makes folding clean and easy. And it should, fingers crossed, avoid those dreaded cracked edges. Okay. Some trimmers come with them built in, saving you time and money. Others you can buy a scoring board or something like that you can use to score your cardstock. Some have specific measurements already built into the board. Personally, I use my trimmer, I know my measurements, and I use that every time. My third tip is to measure twice and cut once. So always double check your measurements before you cut because it saves you paper, it saves you time, and it saves you frustration. Remember too that when you're watching videos that not all cardstock starts off at the same size, and this can throw beginners off at first. So make sure that the measurements are for your sized card. Okay, this is the biggest thing in my view you need to learn, that not all card is the same. So generally, I'm talking generally because you can get some American card over here, but generally, North America, you will have letter-sized card measured in inches. Whereas everywhere else in the world, we use metric and the A4 size card, which is generally what you get. So this is the thing that you will put through. That's the size that you would put through your printer, okay, or photocopier. That is the general size for paper and card that is in your local country. And a lot of the times, if you're watching a video or following somebody other than me, then you might be following along and your card doesn't work. Like they're shouting these measurements at you or just telling you these measurements and putting them on the screen and you're trying to follow along and it doesn't work and you get frustrated. And it's like, why isn't this right? Generally, it's not you. It's because you're following a tutorial where the cardstock is a different size to start off with. And a lot of the time, people don't talk about that. So in my academy, I have all my tutorials are sizes for both letter and A4. So whichever cardstock you start with, you can follow the correct measurements throughout the tutorial and learn how to get perfect results. And that's why my membership is perfect for everyone worldwide. But if you're not a member, then you'll need to ensure that when you follow tutorials, you only go with the ones that match what you have at home. Okay. Otherwise, you'll end up spending a lot of money on card that is rare to get in your country and will push up the price of your card making just so that you can follow somebody or follow a particular tutorial, which I find is a waste. And also our envelopes don't match and there's so many things that don't follow on if you don't use the right cardstock that works in your country. So that's one of my top tips. Another pro tip is that if you don't have a scoring tool, they're called bone folders, but if you don't have if you don't have a scoring tool as in a board or a trimmer, then you can use the edge of a bone folder with a ruler or even the back of a dinner knife at a pinch with a ruler. That can also work. And a bone folder is needed to give you nice, crisp, clean, smooth edges. One member said to me, after learning Pip's tips for cutting and scoring, my cards now look like they were made by a professional. Hey. And it's not necessarily that you want to be a professional, but you do want to have a card that is nice and clean and trim and, looks right, folds right, opens right, stands correctly. that's what we want, okay? So that the focus isn't on, oh, that card base isn't cut right and it doesn't look right and it doesn't fold right. You don't want it to be focused on that. You want it to be focused on the beautiful thing that you've created on the front. So if this tip has helped you, then please let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe so you're going to get more of my videos. And if you want step-by-step tutorials to perfect your card making, then join the waiting list for my card making know-how membership. Don't miss out. The doors only open a few times of the year. And if you sign up for my emails, then you will be able to, which is here on the screen, queenpitcards.com/newbie. Then you'll be able to also join my card making waiting list at that point as well. When you get my emails, I always have the link in there. And also you can just go to queenpitcards.com and you can read more about my membership there too. So thanks ever so watching this episode or listening to this episode of Crafty Corner. And I hope it's helped. And if you find that it has, then come back and see me again. Let me know what you think below and I will see you again next time. Thanks ever so much for watching. Crafty hugs. Bye-bye.